Hey, everybody. Well, thank you, Heidi. I just finished brushing my teeth. Hey, from Denmark. Welcome, Heidi. Regina. Oh, I heard Regina got to remind me to do a story time. But I have a story time anyway. I got to tell y'all something. What happened is oh my goodness. Hey, y'all. Let me say hi to the people. Okay. Hey, Gina and Rosetta, Arlene, Juanita, Y. Roberts, Valerie, Mary, D, Lachey, Gwendolyn. There's me, Rhonda, Judy, One Destiny's Options. I love that. Sharon Davenport, Addie Green. I got something to show you. I got something to show you. You're going to love it. I don't know if I should wait. Morgan said I should wait. I have a hard time waiting. Hey, Sean, Carmen. Hey, Michelle, Louise, Francis, Bernicia. Did I say hi to you, D. Wilson? I hope I did. Hey, Mary, Missy B, Brenda, Eveline. Hey, Keisha. Let's see. Tamika, Real Life Systems HQ. I love that. You're doing great, Yolanda. I've been called Yolanda pretty much all my life. Hey, Jean. Jean Brandy. Victoria's Crafts and Creations. Gwen Cox. Hey. Tracy Sand. LaChristy. Boyd Apparel. Hey. Christine Maldonado, my heyday bestie. Listen, I've been helping your farm because I needed to get my likes in. Leslie White, Yvonne Hudson. Hey, everybody. Hey, Donzel. Brenda Shoup. Kelly Pickens. Hey. Listen, I try, LaChristy, because with a name like Delonda, you better put some respect on people's names. Hey, LaTanya Wade Wilson. Thank you, Jean. I am loving it too, because all I gotta do is just take that bonnet off and spray it with some water. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. Um, Thank you. Okay, Dinner Bushes. Hey, Wanda. Hey, Dinner Bushes. Hey, everybody. Let me go ahead and say my say about this being alive. So we are crafting live, and I'm going to try to be out of here within 1 hour and 30 minutes. Okay, I'm going to try to be out of here and finish before 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's my goal. I have a lot of notes written down. Hopefully, you have your notebook. But you can always watch the replay as many times as you want to. That's great when you watch the replay. And when you watch the replay, let the ads play. Okay? Thank you, Francis. Hey, we got a story time about this. All right. Let's do a quick giveaway. Gifted by an angel. Hey, Sharon Jordan. Paging Dr. Ramona. Hey. Thank y'all for saying thank you for saying that about the like button. All right, let's do a very quick giveaway. Last week when I was live, let me say this, y'all. This is our last week of software. How y'all feeling about that? This is our last week of full focus on software. How do y'all feel about that? Like, I feel like I was like running out of software to talk about. I kind of felt like that. How y'all feel about that? This is the last week. It was 1 month. 1 month of just straight up software. Put my phone on D&D. Addie, not the sad face. I know. I know. It's been a lot. I know. It's like bittersweet. You did. I know, but I was like, it's only so much. Like thank you, boy to girl. Y'all want more? I don't know. I feel like I really did cover a lot with Cricut. I feel like the things that I'm going to show you today will like really seal the deal. I really feel that way. And then with Romeo tomorrow, I do want to say that tomorrow I won't be live at 5. I'll be live at I think I did 12, 15. I already scheduled the live for tomorrow because I have to do it in the afternoon. You do this one? You got this, Chris? I have some work to do for next month, Sean. So I mean, I'm still gonna be in the software, but the tutorial won't be primarily or only about the software. So, and y'all can always go back and watch everything you missed. Okay, everything you missed. Okay. All right, y'all ready? Okay, so let me talk to you about the giveaway. So last week when I was live, I did bags of scraps, right? And thank you, Addie G. Thank you, Aunt Wanda. Last week when I was live, I gave away bags of scraps, and I gave you the option, like if you wanted the scraps or if you wanted the logo with my the crafting with the Delonda logo. So we'll do the same thing this time because I still have a lot of scraps, even though I sent out a lot of scraps. So we'll do that. You always have bags of scraps. You do, Christy? Okay. So you do have to be in the United States, you guys. There you go, right there. And let me share my screen. Hopefully y'all are staying. You got your Lumas? Thank you, D. Wilson. I thought I was gonna have to use my Lumas yesterday, but I ended up using my Vista. And that Vista did the things. All right. Here. Okay, and let's start collecting. We're wishing, okay? That's why the word is warm, because we're doing what? Wishing, okay? We are wishing. Hey, Patricia Smart 4343. Hey. All right, y'all ready? We're going to get to 50 and then we're going to draw. Or maybe we get to 45 because what are we waiting for? All right, you're delayed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck to everyone. Good luck to everyone. Michelle Brown 5505. Michelle Brown 5505. This is my email address. Send me your mailing address and I will send it out. Let me know if you want the scraps. They are primarily scraps of HTV. I don't really use a lot of adhesive vinyl. Probably whatever scraps I had in the trash. I ain't even gonna lie. I might have a few, but I really don't use a lot of adhesive vinyl. I primarily use heat transfer vinyl, a lot of glitter. I like a lot of glitter vinyl. So there's that. But if you don't want the scraps and you want the logo instead, this is what my logo looks like. Let me go back to the comments and stop sharing right here. So this is what my logo looks like. So you can choose the logo or the scraps. All right, the logo or the scraps. All right. All right, y'all want to hear a story time right quick? Or no? Sharon Davenport, do you have a Caesar book? Do you have the Caesar book? I've been thinking about you. You will. Hey. Story time? Okay. I don't know if she heard my question. Okay, so let me tell you about story time. It's not funny story time. It's just a blessing story time. Let me tell you what happened. Okay, so y'all know that I don't like doing like sales of physical products, right? That's not really my thing. I sell digital files because with the digital file, all the personalization comes from you, right? You buy the file and you do what you're going to do with it. And that works great for me because I'm not trying to help you figure out colors and sizing. Okay, I got you, Sharon Davenport. Email me your mailing address because I've been thinking about you, okay? I don't do any Shopify Victoria's Crafts. But anyway, so I don't really do like physical things unless number one is somebody who's local, or number two, they know exactly what they want. I'm not helping them to decide. I'm not picking colors and and what about this one and what about this one? Because that is not my ministry, right? And to thine own self be what? True, right? So I don't like doing sales. I like doing digital files. So, but one of the ladies in my Facebook group said that her husband wanted to order a hat, and it wasn't a template that I already had. And so I said, just know that ordering from me takes time, because it's not a priority for me. And plus, I was gonna have to do the design, right? I was gonna have to like make the design. And I think she asked me. I'm pretty sure it's been about 2 months since she asked for it, right? And so I finally had time to make the design the way I wanted it and send it into a digitizer because I don't digitize. That's not something that I've learned to do. Like I'm still learning things, right? There are simple things I know how to do, but if I'm going to be selling the file, I want it to be good enough, right? So I made the design and I don't know if you can tell, but like that plus is a cross, right? So it says Jesus loves you and me, right? And when I sent it in, I didn't just want to get a hat file, right? Because her husband wanted the file on a hat. And I didn't just want a hat file. It just didn't make sense to me. Like I wanted it on a hat, I wanted a left chest logo, and I wanted it big enough for the front of a shirt, if that's what I wanted. And so it was going to take time and money, right? And the place where I do my digitizing, I would say it's kind of expensive, but to me it's worth it. And so I sent in y'all want to say hi to him? You say hi to the people? Hi to the people. So I sent the designs in. They said it was gonna be 5 days, whatever. And y'all guess what happened? Because it was supposed to be, I don't even want to tell you, it was going to be a lot of money. Because it was three different designs, with applique, with a fill, without a fill, bigger, smaller, hat, all the things, right? Y'all guess what happened? I got an email yesterday and they said your order is ready and it is free. I stared at that email I stared at it for like 10 minutes. I know I stared at the order for like 10 minutes. I know I just kept staring at it. I could not stop staring at it. I couldn't stop staring at the computer. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I know the comments and stuff. What's the name? StreamYard has been doing some weird stuff. Let me see what y'all are saying. I gotta look for my phone. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I'm telling you, I stared at the computer for 10 minutes. I couldn't believe it. I could not. So I've only stitched this one out. People said I moved it. It's over too far, but I like it right where it is. So I haven't listed this yet. I will, but it's gonna be. I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe y'all, and I'm a crybaby, right? So of course I cried, right? So I just couldn't believe it. But anyway, there's that. All right. Get back. Stop. No, stop. Morgan, come get him. Or get the collar. Get his collar. You want to say hi? Thank you. Thank you. All right. So we got a lot to do, and I'm going to try to go fast, like I said, and but while also still being comprehensive. And I guess we don't have to finish everything today. Maybe this will be part one, but we'll see. All right, so I made notes for myself about what I want to say and what I want to show you. The first thing I want to say before we even go into Design Space, hopefully, hey Geneva, hopefully you have your journal, because I really do want you to like take notes and just make notes of things that I'm sharing with you. You see, I have a journal. I have a lot of journals. I need to do better with organizing my journals, but I'm working on that. Okay, I'm working on that. The first thing I wanted to say is what I want you to know is when to use Cricut Design Space, because you don't have to use it every time just because you have a Cricut. There are times when you really don't need to use Cricut Design Space. I would say you need to use it when what? You're cutting vinyl, you're cutting cardstock, you're cutting, adhesive vinyl, HTV. You're using Cricut or Cricut Design Space when you want to cut. If you are printing something that doesn't have to be cut, I don't suggest using Cricut Design Space. Okay? So that's the first thing I want you to write down, when to use Cricut Design Space or when to not use it, because you don't have to use it every time. If I just want to print a thing, it doesn't matter what it is, I'm not going to open up Cricut Design Space to do that. Okay? Jean, do you know how to use Microsoft Word? Morgan, let me say hi. Hey. Y'all see what she made? You want to show the people or no? That's so cute. Y'all see that? She did that with embroidery and patterned HTV, which is a cold peel, which is a whole other thing, right? It's a thing. It's like a thing. I don't really like cold peel vinyl, but it's cute. So she did list that in her Etsy, and she will make the sweatshirt too.
It needs some tweaking though.
Yeah, so she's gonna list it, because I said, girl, what about people who don't wear animal print like me? I don't wear animal print, like I'm not an animal print girly, but I would wear it if it was glitter vinyl. Okay. Anyway, so you don't, like, if you know how to print from, you can print from Google Docs, you can print from Microsoft Word, you can print from just clicking on the whatever it is and clicking print. There's plenty of places you can print from outside of Cricut Design Space. And if all you know is Cricut Design Space, there's no time like the present to start learning other software. Okay? Okay, because number one, you're going to be limited. Okay, so please know that. All right, so I want to say that before we go in. All right, thank you. All right, so we're going in now, and we're going to look at a few things. Milo has been on a whole new level. Now, you don't need to learn how to use everything, but find one thing. Find one thing, Jean. You definitely don't need everything, but at least one other thing. Okay? Hey, Tamika. All right, so I'm in Cricut Design Space, and you see it's nothing on my canvas, right? The first thing I want to talk about is slice. And if you're trying to slice something and it's not grayed out, or let's look at that. Let's start out with two shapes. Let's use just regular basic shapes that everybody has access to. And let's change this square to, I don't know, this bluish, purplish color. And let's change the heart to red. And I'll just click over here and move the heart to the top layer. and then select both and align them. Okay, so let me duplicate this just so I can use it again. All right, so I have these two shapes, right? Let's say if I were to put everything on my mat together. So I have a heart, a square, a heart, and a square, and it's in that exact order. Oh, Amanda, I did a lot of software tutorials on Leonardo. Okay, so like I have 4 layers right here, right? And they're all lined up. Well, right now slice is grayed out, right? Because I can't slice, right? Slices, it only works when you have 2 layers. And for people who are really new to Cricut Design Space, it's so confusing, like why is it grayed out, right? But when slice is working, what slice will do is it will, let me say this, I'm kind of loving the updates, some of the updates in Design Space, not everything, but I love the fact that now when you put two shapes together, it'll let you know when it's centered. I kind of feel like they got that from Canva, because in Canva that you'll see those lines. But anyway, I digress. All right, so I see that I have 2 shapes, right? I have these 2 shapes selected, and I see the option to slice is highlighted, right? Sometimes you do want to use slice because that's what we're used to using. I know I'm used to using it, and I rarely use the other option, right? And if I slice, I am going to be removing the heart from the square. Let me turn this off so you can just see this one thing right here. So I have a heart and I have a square. And if I want to remove the shape of the heart from the square, I would just slice. I will select both and I will click slice. When I do that, instead of having 2 layers, now I have 3. I have the original heart that I already had. I have a blue heart because I have the space that's behind that heart. And then I have a square, right? So this is what I have. Do we understand that? We're getting ready to look at it right now, Victoria's Crafts and Creation. We understand that, right? So when I slice something, instead of having 2 layers, now it's going to add in more layers. Even though I only started with 2. I started with the heart and the square. Now I have 2 hearts because I have the red heart that I started with, plus I have the space that was right in here, plus I have the square. The other option for using a slice is subtract. Subtract will give you a cleaner option. Let me show you the difference. So we understand that this, what I just did was slice. Let's turn these back on. All right. So now we have these 2 images right here. Hey, Dims. We have these 2 right here. We have the heart and we have the square, right? You do, boy? Why? I don't slice when I'm cutting rhinestone tips. Okay. So we have the heart and the square, like what we started out with. The other option for removing the heart from the square is to subtract. So I can come over here where I see combine and I can click subtract. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? What's the difference? What's the difference? Not as many layers, no unwanted pieces. You don't get the extra. That's right. It just removed everything. Okay, it removed everything. It's a cleaner slice. That's how I look at it. Okay, so with slice, you typically, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. I always use slice. I don't even remember to use subtract. I just don't remember to use it. You would use slice if you wanted to keep all of the pieces, but most of the time you don't, because you end up deleting the pieces that you don't need, right? But with this, all I have is just this. Okay, and if I click this little arrow right here and I just like, I want it back, I can still get it, right? But I don't want it, right? I don't want it. So you still have it over there. So I still see, like, I have layers, but now that red heart is gone. Okay, so let's look at that again. So this time I'm just use text. Let's use my name. Oh, let's use the word Cricut, right? Well, we're not doing any noises. Okay, dishes. Milo, hush. All right, so let's say I want to use this text right here, this font, and I want to add an offset to this. I will click on offset. I will click on edit, and then I will add an offset, and then I will probably bring it down. Let's bring it down a little bit to, like, I don't know, 0.018. All right, and I'm gonna click apply. Now the offset is gonna come in, it's gonna be gray. I'm gonna change the offset to red. Why not, right? Let's just change it to red, because why not, right? Why not? That's because I like it. Okay, so look. So now what do I have over here? 2 layers, right? I have 2 layers. And if I want to remove the front layer from the back, then I could slice it. So if I do that, I see the option right here is to slice. So if I do it with slice, I'm going to have this black layer, right? And I'm also going to have that red layer. Let's kind of zoom out a little bit. You see that? Now that's cute or whatever, right? That's really cute. Okay, so I have that. But let me go back. That was slice. Slice is going to give you 3 layers. It's going to give you multiple layers. Okay, so I still have my original layer, plus I have everything that was removed. All right, so I'm gonna go back and undo. All right, so now I'm back to having 2 layers, and let's see the difference between slice and subtract again. Now I have both layers selected. If I click on combine and I go to subtract, now my black layer is completely gone. Hey, Corinne. See that? Hey, sipping crafts. See that? So now that if I just wanted to have a thick offset and not be worried about the other pieces, I have it. It's there. Okay? Hey, Chris. All right, so that's the difference between slice and subtract. Okay? Now, let's talk about when to weld and when not to weld. Okay? Y'all write that down? Yeah, did y'all write that down? All right, let's go back and let's start with 2 shapes again. Let's go back with a heart and a square again. All right, so I'm going to bring my square over and make it bigger. Let's make it like this big. And we'll change the color to like yellow. I think we should change the heart to like blue. Because why not, right? It's really cute, right? Okay. And I like these lines. I don't know if y'all like it, but I do, right? And I'm going to put the heart in the front, right? Okay. If I want to weld or put these 2 items together, like I want these 2 items to be together, I really wouldn't weld them, right? Unless I was really just trying to cut them together, because if I weld these together, let's see what will happen. I have both these selected. If I come over here to combine and weld, my heart is gone. The heart is gone. If I want to keep the heart shape, I would not weld it. So I'm going to undo that. If I select these again, but I want to keep the heart, I still want the square, but I also still want the heart. What I would need to do is click attach. Attach is going to give me that cut line, right? So if I were to send this to be cut right now, my Cricut is going to recognize that I'm cutting two things. I'm still cutting the square, but I'm also going to cut a heart shape in there so I could take that out. Okay. So you can look right here and you can see that I have two layers. Sometimes, and let's go back to slice for 1 second. I think with slice, sometimes people will say, I'm looking at the layers and I only have 2 layers, but I still don't have the option to slice. Well, if I like close that out, like let's say I duplicate this, right? And I select both of these. It looks like I have 2 layers selected, but really I don't, because I see this little drop down. This little arrow right here lets me know that I have a drop down. Okay. You see that little arrow right there on both of these layers? It lets me know that I have to like open that up, and I can see that it's not going to let me slice because I have too much. Okay. Let me type my name again. Well, I never type my name, but I'm going to type it right now. And I'll make it biggie biggie. So if you're wondering, like, when do I weld? First of all, you don't weld before making a duplicate, right? If you are welding, you're thinking like, I want to weld this before I finish. You don't weld when you have multiple layers. Write that down. You don't weld when you want to have, 2 shapes or 2 parts, and you don't want them to be completely attached together. When you want a cut line, you don't weld. Let me show you when you would weld. Let me find a nice script font. Let's see this one. Let's see. Let me change the color of my background so I could see. Okay, that one is not gonna, let me see. That's big. That one is not gonna have cut lines. Let me find one, hold on. Maybe I'll just demonstrate it with shapes so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so let's say I want to put these 2 hearts together, right? Let's make this bigger. All right, can y'all see that there are cut lines in there? There's a cut line right here, right? And if I wanted my Cricut to cut this, let's say I wanted to cut this and I still want to be able to see that there's a cut line in between these hearts. I want the hearts to be together on the mat, but I still want there to be an obvious cut line. What I would need to do is click attach. If I click attach, it's going to cut with that line right there, right? So like, let's just say I click attach and then I click make. They're going to stay together and I can still see that there is a cut line right there. However, semicolon, comma, if I have both of these selected and I choose the option to weld them, then that cut line is gone. See that? There's nothing in there. It's just a basic flat image. You only use weld when you want them to be completely connected with no cut line. You want it to be one solid thing. Okay. All right. Got that? Y'all got that? You know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering if I just had a random thought. I'm wondering if can we go back to slice for 1 second? I hope we don't run out of time. Can we go back to slice for 1 second? Or do we want to come back to it another day? Because I have a thought in my head. I'm wondering something. Remember when let me see. Let me see this. 1 second. I want to see something. All right. Let me delete this. Remember I said with slice only works when you have 2 layers, right? And if, like, let's just say I wanted to slice, this picture and change it to the shape of a heart. I wonder if it works the same way with subtract. I'm wondering if it works the same way. So let me see. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. And let me put the let me duplicate this heart first so I can have another one. And let me duplicate this picture so I can have another one just in case. Ha 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 ha. All right, so with slice, if I wanted to change this picture to the shape of a heart, I would select both and I could slice it, right? And let's see. So I have his picture in the shape of a heart, which is cute or whatever, right? But I wonder if it works the same way with subtract, or would I need to, let me put the heart behind, send to back. Let's see. Okay, let me see. So if I select both, no. So it won't do it. Okay. So it won't do it. Let me try it again. Let me put it back on the front. You can't do it. You can't do it. Okay, so slice is still important. Slice is still important, especially if you're trying to cut an image to a shape. But if you're working with text or something, or shapes or things like that, and you want to remove the shape with just a clean cut, then you would use subtract. Okay. I was just wondering that. I'm glad I looked at that. All right. So I hope I didn't confuse you. I hope I did not confuse you by showing that, but I kind of wanted to just double check that. I don't even know why it popped into my head, but all right. Yeah, it's good to know. Okay. Um, okay. So when to flatten. Let's look at when to flatten, right? Because you don't flatten everything. You don't need to flatten everything, right? You only want to flatten if you're turning something into a picture, right? If you want to make stickers, if you are planning to use your printer for some reason. Rosetta, lies. Okay, that is what we call fake news. Okay, that is what we call fake news. Okay, because he runs away. I have evidence, documentation, and receipts. Okay, you only use flatten when you're making an image, when you are working with an image. So, like if I wanted to print, you know, that heart that I just had of Milo, and I wanted it to be like have a border around it. Like if I wanted it to have an offset, let's go back. Let's bring that photo back. Where's my other one? All right, so let's just turn this off. Right, let's just say I wanted to have this image of him and I wanted to have an offset, right? So I can have the image selected and go to edit and I can add an offset. And let's say I want the offset, you know, like right there, like that's really cute. That's really, really cute, right? And I could change the offset to, I don't know, white, right? And then I can select this. I wouldn't attach this. I would flatten this. Okay. I wouldn't attach it. I would flatten it. Okay. Hey, Joyce, like this, right? And then, you know, I will be able to print it. Okay. See how cute that is? If I wanted to make that into a sticker or whatever. Okay. So only flatten. Oh, no, images. Oh. Oh no, it's been a long time since I've been pregnant. All right, so that's when you flatten. That's the only time you really flatten is if you are printing. You're not flattening for vinyl. You're not flattening for cardstock. You're not flattening for anything else other than when you want something to be a picture. Okay, that's it. That's the only time. All right. All right. The next thing I want to talk about is um, when you're working with an odd shaped blank. And when I say an odd shaped blank, let me give you an example. Let me get one. That's right. Print and cut. That's the only time. Hopefully y'all got your craft journal. Find one that's really odd. All right, let me stop sharing for 1 second and show you something. How y'all feeling? See this? Hey, Adrian Davis. See this? This is an example of an odd shaped blank. Thank you, Regina. This is an example of an odd shaped blank. These are tumbler toppers, I think that's what these are. I never used them. Like this. This is an odd shaped blank. Okay. When I'm saying odd shape, I mean it doesn't have a regular shape. When you're working with something like this, like all of these are sublimation blanks. And for those of you who have started with sublimation, then you know that is very important to make sure you have full coverage of the white. You don't want any white to be sticking out, right? You don't want to have any white where you should have a picture. You understand what I'm saying? So when you're working with an odd shaped blank, what I suggest you do is measure the blank. So let me show you what I mean. So get your measuring tape or your good ruler, right? I have a measuring tape right here. Don't worry about if my hair is sticking up, okay? So I got my measuring tape. First step, measure it. You do? Hey, okay. So I have the blank, right? And I'm gonna measure it. I'm not worried about this because I'm not worried about this. I'm just gonna measure it. So it's like right at 5.6. Okay, see where I am right there? It's like right at 5.6 inches. Okay, got that? And then 5.6 by 2.3. Okay, 5.6 by 2.3. Got that? So I'm gonna write that down. 5, because my memory is what? Not so good. So 5.6 by 2.3. The next thing I do once I measure it is I use my, y'all might not do what I do, thank you. I get my phone, my handy phone, and I take a picture of it. So I'm gonna take a picture of it and just put it down right here. Trying to make sure nothing is behind it. Let me get a piece of put on this table right here. So I have a picture of it. See that? So I'm going to take that picture and I'm going to upload it to Google. No feet. Come on, no feet in the picture. Shout out to the Facebook group. I'm going to take that photo. I'm going to upload it out. This is what I do. I upload it to Google Photos. So I'm going to upload it to Google Photos. And then I'm going to go and open Google Photos. So it's still uploading. Let it upload, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm going to go to Google Photos. Now, I don't know about y'all, but we were supposed to have a winter storm. It didn't come. It didn't happen. Schools were closed and everything. Did y'all get a winter storm? I know some people did, but in Houston we didn't. I'm uploading it to Google Photos. Now, I have Google Photos on my phone. I also have Google Photos on my computer. So whatever I upload here on my phone is going to show up on my computer. Y'all did? Y'all did? What happened? Really? I believe. Well, it didn't happen in Houston, I'll tell you that. All right, so I'm refreshing. Oh, let me turn on. You did? Addie, are you a person who likes to be surprised? 6 hours of work? You've been in the house since Saturday? You've been watching all the videos 2 times, Helen Dollar. I'm still waiting for it to upload, y'all. Oh, I didn't click the backup button. It's freezing in Florida. My sister is in Tampa. She was at the beach Sunday. She was at the beach. I was like, girl, let everybody else freeze in peace. We don't need to see your beach pictures. You don't like surprises? So you want me to show you right now? Okay. So let me bring the photo in. Let me show y'all this photo first. You lost power? Oh, Lord. 20. What? Yeah, I wouldn't make it. I would need boots with the what? Fur. Okay, see the image? That's the photo that I took, right? So what I would do is download the photo. I'll go to download the photo, and then I would upload the photo to Cricut Design Space. Okay. Now you can remove the background here, or you can remove the background in Cricut Design Space if you have Cricut Access. I will probably just remove it here. I will go to remove.bg and remove the background. Oh, 28 degrees. Oh, she didn't tell me that part. Oh, let me go back and share my screen. My Cricut Design Space screen. Yeah, I don't either. I don't feel like it's clean. I don't feel like their remove is clean. As clean as remove.bg. So I'm gonna click upload. I'm gonna upload the image, bringing it in right here. Here's the phone case, right? So I'll click hide, I'll click customize, and then I'll go right here and I'll bring in the image. Now the reason why I would do it this way is because I want to size whatever I'm putting on here to match this, to make sure that, you know, nobody's head is going to be cut off in this open space, to make sure that I'm not trying to, like, you know, play a game with, like, let's figure it out. Shall we spin the spinner? I don't want to do that, right? I want to have the size so that if I want to put an image on this phone case, I'm not trying to play a guessing game about the size. So I wrote down the dimensions, right? And I said the dimensions were what? 5.6. So for the width, I'm doing 5.6. Uh-oh. 5.6. And I'm going to click unlock, and I'm doing what? 2 by 2.3. I don't know why my thing does that, but whatever. 2.3. Uh-oh, hold on. I did it wrong. Hold on. She's a dummy. 2.3 by 5.6. Like that. Okay. So once I have this and I want to put my image, like let's just say I want my image to be of, you know, your sponsor, right? Let's say I want that on a whatever, a phone case. So I will bring this down, right? And this is what I slice out of. So I can make sure, or I would make this a little bit wider just to be on the what? Safe side. Or I can put this on top, right? And I can make sure that I'm not cutting his head off or none of that, right? I want to make sure his head is in the picture. So when you're working with an image and the image, I mean, working with a blank and the blank is like weird, it has a weird shape and you're doing sublimation, this is what I would do to make sure I have enough of my image covering that blank. So I know that if I print his picture like this, it's going to be fine. Does that make sense? No, Krista. Oh, ours didn't freeze. I'm thankful. So if I was working with this blank, now these, I'm gonna be honest, I had these for a long time, and they're sublimation earrings, but I never used them because I feel like they're kind of big for my taste. I don't even know why I bought them. I thought they were cute. That's why I bought them. But anyway, that's what I do. If I'm working with a phone case or whatever, and I'm in Cricut Design Space, because I want my Cricut to do the cutting, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't want my Cricut to cut it. If I didn't want my Cricut to cut it, I'm not going to be in here. If I'm only printing, I'm not in here. Okay. So if I'm using an irregular blank and I'm doing sublimation, I upload the image, I remove the background, I put in the size that I measured before I even uploaded it. So that way, when I do my upload, it's going to work. So like I could, you know, do the slice, whatever, like this. I can click slice, and that way I know what size this image is. So there's what my phone case will look like. And I wouldn't be worried about that circle because that's going to be blank anyway. Thank you. Okay. All right. Good about that? I don't even know what number we're on. We're going to keep going. All right. If I want to make sure of the placement, if I want to make sure of the placement of a thing, let's say I want to make sure that when I send my thing to the cutting machine, that I want it to be at a certain place on the mat. Mary, stop it. Good. Right? I want it to be at an exact place on the mat. Let's say I was, you know, making a lot of these and I want them to be in an exact place on the mat. What I do is I'll use that pen tool as like an invisible guide. Yeah. Hey, Angel Coffee. I use remove.bg. I don't know. I never used them. They big. Keisha. Almost 2 inches. I don't know if you can see that, but they're almost like 2 inches. I use remove.bg to remove the background. Let me. I don't know if I thought I was showing my screen. I wasn't showing the screen. I wasn't sharing the screen. Let me stop sharing so you can see that. Remove.bg. Okay. Yeah, I only use Cricut to cut. If I'm just printing, I do not use a Cricut. All right. So I use that, and then I click download right here. I use the free. Now that 666 is giving me drama. Okay, it's just giving me drama. It's just whatever. But there's other options if you want to increase the resolution. I wouldn't need to increase the resolution on this because it's just a template. It's really nothing. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing again and go back to Cricut Design Space. How y'all feeling? All right, so we did that. We did that. We talked about weld. We talked about flatten. We talked about slice versus. We talked about slice versus subtract. All right. All right. I don't want. I'm good. I'm good on that. I don't want any snow because I would need what boots with the what fur, apple bottom jeans and the boots with the fur. I don't want that. I don't want that. Okay, I'm going back in. All right. Let's say you are not in any specific order. Let's say you're working with a rhinestone template, right? And you start cutting the template and you're like, oh my gosh, this is not right. When you purchase a template, and I'm going to assume that everyone does this. When you purchase a rhinestone template, the size of the template is somewhere on the template. It's either in the template, the name of the template, or it's in the Etsy shop from wherever you purchased it from. It's somewhere. It is somewhere. When you upload the template into Cricut Design Space, 9.999 times out of 10, the size is not going to be right. Now, it is always right in Leonardo Design Studio. I don't feel like it's right in Cricut Design Space. I don't know why, but that's just how. Hey, EE Handmade. Okay, so let's go back. Go back to the window. Go here. All right, so let's go and let's upload a template. Let's say I want to use, let me find a template. I'm sure I already have some uploaded. Upload it. Let's say this one. It's the last one I did. All right. So let me go back to the canvas. Let's click cancel right here. Let's delete this. Let's just turn this off. Delete that. All right. So let me look at this. All right, so hopefully, let's see if you can see that. Let me make it bigger. All right, so right now you see I have this uploaded, right? I have this template uploaded. And right now it says that it is 6.94 by 5.54. And that's not the real size of the template. It's not. It's not the real size. And if I were to just like upload it and click make, it is going to be jacked up. And jacked up is a nice way of saying it. Okay. It's not this. So what you would need to do is make sure you have the name of the template or the size of the template before you go into Cricut Design Space, just in case you forgot or whatever, because you need to resize it. So see where it is right here. So what I'm going to do is click right here on the width. Typically, if you change the width, the height will adjust. So the real size of this is, I think it's 10.9, 10.969. Okay, so now I can see that it's bigger. Let me bring my view down, right? Let me see. So this is what the template looks like. Now I can look and see that this template has 3 layers. However, comma, if I don't want this template, I didn't cut it. Oh, you do, Christine? Okay. So I don't if you don't want to cut it in 3 layers, like like with this template, I didn't cut it in 3 layers, right? I think I cut it in 2 layers. Let's say you want the word simply and that box to be one color. What you would do is just click on the part that you want to change. So right here is a green, you could just change it to red, right? So you have two layers and then that 1 layer. So you can select that first layer, hold the shift key and select the other layer and attach. Not weld, don't weld it, attach them. That way when you get ready to cut, you'll be cutting this layer and then this layer, okay? All right, so typically if you see me cut a rhinestone template, number 1, I'm making sure of the size. Number 2, I didn't need that to be 3 layers. And if I just want the rectangle to be a different color, then I can just brush in a different color, but I don't need to cut it separately on a whole separate mat, and I'm not doing all of that, okay? It doesn't make sense to do that. All right, so what you want to do is make sure that your size of your rhinestone template is right. Only change the width and the height should adjust. Only in Cricut Design Space, all right? All right, we're going to the next thing. All right, how y'all feeling? I'm getting ready to open a new page. Hopefully I'm not going too fast. I'm trying to hurry up though. How y'all feeling? Good. I'm locking my hair, Crystal Kennedy. All right, let me stop sharing for 1 second and see how y'all doing. My camera is crooked. Okay, how y'all feeling? Let's see what y'all feeling. Okay. All right. Let's go and open a new canvas and click replace. All right. Okay. So let's say I'm in a new canvas, right? And what I want to do is show you how to do front and back printing. I feel like the questions are going to be, how did I create the template? But I don't want your questions to be centered around that. I want your questions to be centered around, really no questions. I want to show you something. Let me just go back in and share my screen. All right. Okay, so we're back in, right? I'm gonna open one of my designs and I'll explain it to you. No, not yet, Marlene, not yet. I just stitched it out today. All right, so recently I've been getting orders for tumblers, and because it's really not my thing, I did feel like I needed to have something where people could know the wash instructions and know how to like connect with me. And I just didn't want to take a chance with it. So right here is a file that I created in Canva. We're not going to talk about Canva. Stay focused. What I want to show you is how to print on the front and the back. Okay, because this is a front and back design. It looks like this. Let me stop sharing for 1 second. See that? So here's the front and the back. And I just want to show you how I did it so that in case you want to do it. Now you can go into Canva, find a template you like, and then, add the stuff. So, get a file from Creative Fabrica that you like, change whatever you want to change, and then go and find a template, add your stuff, add your QR code, whatever, add your logo. I put this in the boxes with the tumblers just in case. So even though these are not the instructions I go by, I just want people to have this so they can't say, well, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to put it in the microwave because I don't know how long they be putting their tumbler in the microwave or whatever, right? So if I say don't microwave and you microwave it, then that's on you. Y'all get where I'm going? And this is just cardstock. This is just cardstock. I just do it that way so I don't have any drama because I don't have time. I don't have time for drama. Okay. All right. So let's go back in, but I wanted you to see that it's front and back, and I just printed from Cricut Design Space, and I only printed from Cricut Design Space because I wanted my Cricut to cut it. I'm only doing that when I want my Cricut to cut it. Okay. All right. So let's go back and let me share this. And now, if I was not letting my Cricut cut this, I wouldn't be in Cricut Design Space. Okay. And I didn't design this in Cricut Design Space because I don't want Cricut owning this. This is mine. Okay, so I'm gonna click hide. All right, so I have the design, right? And I have it where it's the front and the back. Let me make it bigger. Right, so I have the front and then I have the back, and they're just right next to each other. The front of the design is the same size as the back of the design. What I did after I had this exactly how I wanted it is I attached it. Y'all with me? I created this design in Canva. I downloaded it. I uploaded it into Cricut Design Space. I knew it was going to be a front and a back. After I uploaded the front and the back, I just put them next to each other and I attached. You can see right here, they're attached. See that? They're attached. Once I attached them, I duplicated them. So I just clicked right here to duplicate. And then for the second one, I flipped it. Now I know that's a lot. I know that's a lot. Create the design, download the design, upload the design, put the front and back right next to each other and attach. Okay, put the front and back right next to each other and attach. I might do this with my Facebook group. Maybe Monday we'll talk about it. But put the front and back right next to each other and attach. Got that? Okay. Once you have it, then you duplicate it and then you flip it. So you see this one down here is flipped. It looks like it's wrong, right? Let me make it bigger so you can see that. See this one? I don't know why it's showing like that, but you see it's flipped. You never attached. Let me undo that. I don't know why it's like looking like that. It's like weird. Hold on. I don't know why it's doing that, but you got it, right? So I have one that's the regular way and I have one that's flipped. Got it? I'm gonna go get a piece of paper. We're almost finished. I only want to show you one other thing and we're gonna get out of here. See, I got a piece of paper. So let's just say I'm gonna do front, back. I wrote back right here and I wrote front right here. Got that? Okay. So I'm ready. Let me I don't know why that's like showing up like that. Cricut Design Space be acting real weird sometimes, y'all. Like, look at my picture. Okay, it's showing up right now. Okay, so now I got my two things. They're both attached. So I'm going to click make. So I have my first one, which is facing the right way. This is my first design. It's facing the right way. I am going to print this. I am going to go and print this. I'm going to click continue. I'm not doing anything to it. I'm going to send this to the printer. I'm going to click next. I'm going to find my printer. You know, if you know me, I only had this one sheet in the printer. I don't have anything else in the printer. So I'm going to go to my printer. I'm turning AdBlee off. I don't use that. I'm going to use my system dialog. I'm clicking print. Let me go put the paper in the printer. Now your printer is different. This is not sublimation, right? This is just a regular, whatever, regular printer thing. I'm gonna click preferences, la la la. Okay, click OK. I'm gonna click print. Okay, then my printer is old, so it's gonna take a minute. Hey, I don't know if I said hey to you. All right, let me stop sharing for 1 second. I hope it's gonna print. Make sure I'm connected to my Cricut Maker. We almost finished, y'all. Let me see something. All right, Addie, you want to see something? Addie, you want to see something? Read my paper. Jen, I'm telling you, it worked. I tried it a lot of times. You know, I've been doing tumblers. Look, watch this. Did you see it, Addie? If you didn't see it, let me know. Oh, I printed on the side that said back, but y'all did. Did you see it? I printed on the side that said back, but you're same thing. See that? So here's the whatever, right? So I'm going back in because I want y'all to see what I'm doing. I don't know if you... Okay. I don't know if she saw it. Window. Okay, so I'm back in there, right? All right, so here it is, right? You saw that I printed this. Now, my first one was the regular way, right? My first one was the regular way. In Cricut Design Space, One was regular and the other one was flipped, like it was mirrored, right? You picking up what I'm putting down? Y'all know that the comments get stuck. Let me see what y'all are saying. Okay, so I'm back in there, right? So now I'm on this one. Let's look at it. This one is my mirrored one. Let's make sure y'all can see it, right? This one is my mirrored one. It's backwards. Okay, and what I'm going to do is actually mirror it because I want it to be flipped the other way. So I'm going to click mirror like that, and I'm going to click done. So when it prints, it's not mirrored. So I'm going to go back over there and go put this in my printer. Stop, my love. Got that. Okay, we'll click send to printer and click next. And I'm gonna click go back to that same printer, the Canon, turn the ad bleed off. I'm using the system dialog. Okay, and I'm going to go to my same printer, go to my preferences, blah blah blah, click print, click OK. Glenda Hopkins, there should be a link below the video. It's like almost towards the bottom where it says join my newsletter. I'm gonna click print, and you should be able to do it. And I'm going to click start printing. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's showing me what it's going to look like. And let me get a mat. You do it, Francis. My Cricut just Aww. I hope he likes it, Addie. I hope he likes it. Peter was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I got a young cricketer. All right, let me stop sharing so y'all can see it. All right, so this was the first side I printed, right? It said back, right? And then I mirrored it because it was like fake mirrored, right? And then once I just printed this side, so now see that? So I got my front and my back, even though it's opposite, but you understand. See that? So I'm gonna put this on here. Now, whatever side I put on here has to be the same side that I just cut, basically. Okay, so the first, I mean, not the first side I just cut, the first side that I whatever printed. So I'm going back in. Let me click try again and connect to my Cricut. I'm using my Cricut Maker. Thank you. We almost finished. All right, let me start back sharing because I want to make sure you understand what I'm doing because I know this can be like really confusing. All right. So remember I had one side that I printed this one first. This one up here, this is the one that I printed first. This is the one that I mirrored, right? So really I did it and it should be like this because this is the one that I just got out of the printer. So I'm going to put it on the mat just like where it is. And this is just regular cardstock. It's not fancy. And honestly, I'm being like super, super honest right here. I just feel like I don't need fancy paper for this because most of the time people look at it like, they just put it in the trash, right? So I don't feel like I need to use expensive paper for this. I don't. But you can, right? If you want to add holographic on top and have it laminated, it's laminated. Do it. Do your thing. I'm not doing that. All right. Hey, Custom Life by Michelle. Okay, so I'm bringing it up so you can see my Cricut cutting this. All right. So I'm just going to choose heavy cardstock default. Okay, and I'm going to stop sharing so y'all can see. We almost finished. All right, so here's my Cricut right here. Can y'all see it a little bit? I hope this cord doesn't come out. I'm going to just hold it just in case. Oh, Patrice is live? Uh-oh, okay. I'm gonna hurry up. Okay. All right. So I'm going to click the C and cut. Yep. Yes, Francine, that's exactly right. So it would do front and back. And like I said, I got this file from Creative Fabrica, but I changed it up a little bit because it said do not soak, it had a weird little image. I used a different image. And I added thank you for your order, and I added my logo, and then I added my QR code and my logo to the front. I added my little name at the top. Okay, I'm gonna hurry up. You see that video? So it's cutting out 2 rectangles. So before I take this out of the Cricut, I'm going to double check that it cut all the way through. Like it doesn't make sense to do all that work and it's not cut, right? So it's really good. See that? See that? Got it? So that was just regular, plain old, regular, schmegular, cardstock. Not nothing fancy. Okay. All right, y'all got that? All right. All right. I think we can stop right there. I want to show you a few things, but we'll look at it another time, okay? Because I don't want to feel it. I don't want to rush. Okay, and we kind of went over a little bit. All right. That was a lot of it. That was a lot of it. All right. Okay, y'all got that? So create your design, download it, upload it, uh, you know, put it next to each other, attach it, duplicate it, flip it, swag it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no! All right, let me go back in for 1 second. I'm going to show you something, and then we're going to do a quick giveaway. We're going to get out of here. Okay. Window. Go to the window. We're going to the window. All right, let me click cancel. All right. Do you see in Design Space that my images, I have it so that basically this is the front and this is the back, and so they're, aligned. Does that make sense? So these are aligned. And because this is flipped, like let's delete this one. Let's delete this one like it's not here, right? So this is my original image that I created in Canva. I made this design in Canva. I brought it into Cricut Design Space. If I were to like detach them, right? Let's say I detach them. So they're two separate things. I would attach them. They should be attached. What I did was I duplicated. So I have it like this. I'm going to take my duplicate, and I'm going to just flip it like this. And then I click make. Okay. Once I click make, and I go back to Cricut, I go back to the screen where I'm making. My first one is regular. My second one is mirrored. I'm going to turn on the mirror so it's not mirrored. Then when I print or whatever, it's going to work out every time. Okay? All right. All right, let's do a quick giveaway. We got it. How y'all feeling? Thank you, Princess. Okay, y'all good? Hopefully that was helpful. So we talked about when to weld, when not to weld, when not to flatten. We talked about slice versus subtract. Hopefully y'all learned something. Hopefully you learned something. We talked about working with rhinestone templates. We talked about front and back printing, working with odd shaped blanks. The only other thing I wanted to show you was how to use two machines at one time, but we'll do that another day. Okay, we'll do that. Maybe next week we'll do that. Okay. All right, let's do a quick giveaway. Let's see if we accomplish our goal. Did we accomplish our goal? Did we accomplish to learn about more important tools in Cricut Design Space? I have not tried it in Leonardo, Lita, but tomorrow I will be live at 12. I forgot what time I set the live for tomorrow, but tomorrow I'll be in Leonardo. Somebody knows already what time the live is for tomorrow. Okay. All right. So let's do a quick giveaway. But let me say what I say about road rage. Y'all, please do not engage in road rage for any reason at all. I honestly feel like this template says everything. Y'all, we need more love. We're short on love nowadays. We're short on love and grace nowadays. People are, it's just, I don't know. We gotta be praying for one another. But y'all, don't engage in road rage, please. There's enough rage that's not even on the road. Okay, don't engage in road rage, y'all. Please just keep your eyes on the road, look straight ahead, get where you're going, get back home to your family. I'm telling you, I consider it as a blessing. When I hear that garage open, that means whoever left this house came back safely, and I do not take that for granted. I don't take that for granted. It's a blessing. Okay, if I hear that door, the key, I hear it, like, thank God. Like, you know, okay, so y'all just do your best on that. All right. I appreciate y'all so much for being here with me today. We're gonna do the same kind of giveaway. You either get a bag of scraps or you can have my logo, which is like this. I sent him a little logo. I sent your grandson, I sent Daniel a little logo, but I not the kind that requires heat. Addie G, I sent him the little one, the ones that like the UV for DTF for bottles, for like water bottles and stuff like that. Okay, so I put two of them in his little bag. He got a little bag of supplies. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here today. You will have to be in the United States to participate in the giveaway, and you also have 48 hours to claim your prize. All right. All right. Click that. Let's do share. Share. All right. There we go. Thank y'all so much. Yes. Thank y'all so much for being here today. Thank y'all so much for being here today. All right. Let's get to 30. Let's get to 35. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck to everyone. Good luck to everyone. Good luck to everyone. Good luck to, I said good luck to everyone. Got your lips? Got your lipstick now? This one look cute. All right, Mary Hammonds, congratulations. Here's my email address, Mary. I'm sure you have it, but that's my email address. Let me know if you want the bag of scraps or if you want the logo. Okay, when you email me, Mary, send me your mailing address and let me know if you want the bag of scraps or if you want the logo. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here today. Thank you so much for being here today. And if nobody's told you they love you, I love you. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all take good care, stay warm. Love. The key word is what? Love. Okay? We're sending love to the people. Okay? Love.